Imagine this. You've got a single sentence, right? Just a little spark of an idea, and you watch as it grows into a complete movie script. I'm talking characters, dialogue, even concept art. It sounds like something straight out of sci-fi, but today we're going to dig into an AI system that's built to do exactly that.
So it's the big question, isn't it? The one on everyone's mind in creative fields right now. Can an AI really write an entire movie? I mean, from start to finish? It's a huge challenge, you know? Blending all that cold, hard logic with creativity, structure with actual soul.
Well, this is the system that's built to try and answer that very question. It's a pipeline, and it's got this cool code name, Woodbury. And its whole purpose? To generate a complete screenplay package. But we're not just talking about words on a page here. No, this is about building an entire story world from the ground up.
So, when we say comprehensive, what does that actually mean? Well, think of it like an end-to-end creative partner. You give it that little spark of an idea we talked about, and what you get back is the whole thing. A full screenplay, detailed character bios, descriptions of locations, and get this, even concept art for your shots.
Okay, so how does this whole journey even begin? Well, it all kicks off with that initial vision from a creator. So let's dive into part 1 and see how a simple little prompt gets turned into the foundation of an entire story.
It all starts with a few key things from you, the creator. First, you just give it your story idea in plain text. Then, you tell it what you're making. Is it a short film, a feature, a TV pilot? And then you can get specific with the genre, sci-fi, comedy, whatever, and even the visual style. So you're only putting in a handful of choices, but believe me, the system takes that and just runs with it, building out this huge creative world.
All right, once you've fed it those inputs, the AI kicks off this really cool 6-step process. First up, it normalizes all the data just to get everything neat and tidy. Then it builds the foundation. That means coming up with the title, the log line, the big themes. After that, it's world build time, where it actually dreams up the characters and locations. From there, it figures out the structure, organizing the whole story. Then comes the really fun part. It iterates, writing and rewriting all the little details, and finally, it all comes together in the converge step, pulling every last piece into one solid package.
And this is what you get out of those first few steps. It's the blueprint for the entire story. And think about this. Before a single line of a scene is even written, the AI has already generated all these core documents. We're talking a snappy log line, the story's main themes, and these super detailed profiles for every single character and location. This foundation is absolutely crucial. It's what gives the final script its backbone.
Okay, so the blueprint's in place. Now the system is ready for the real heavy lifting. Let's get into part 2 and see how it takes that plan and turns it into a living, breathing screenplay, one scene at a time.
And this is where you can really see the scale of this whole thing. Look at this. The system takes those 17 or so initial inputs and just explodes them. It runs them through 32 different processing steps. They call them script nodes. And get this whole process can generate up to 100 unique scenes. That's more than enough for a full-length movie.
And we're not talking about simple, bare-bones scenes either. Each one it generates is incredibly rich. It's so much more than just dialogue. You get detailed action beats, specific shot descriptions, even production notes. But here's the really wild part. It also generates concept art for the shots and can even create audio for the dialogue using text-to-speech. Pretty amazing, right?
So, okay, the system is making all these different things, right? Characters, scenes, images, audio. But how does it all connect? How does it all work together seamlessly? Well, this next part, this is the real magic behind the machine. It's the secret sauce that ties everything together.
And this is a really important question. I mean, think about it. When the system generates concept art for a shot, how in the world does it know which character to draw or which voice to use for a specific line of dialogue? The answer is actually really, really clever.
The secret is this system they call bindings. And the easiest way to think about them is like they're the story's brain. They're these little digital threads that connect everything, creating these smart links between different parts. It's like having a note that says, this character, Marcus, appears in this shot, or this line of dialogue is spoken in this character's voice. And that is where these bindings become so powerful. They're the reason the system can automatically grab the right concept art for a character when it's generating an image. It's how it picks the correct synthesized voice for a line of dialogue. It even helps the main screenplay editor show you the right visual references for whatever scene you're working on. It's the glue holding it all together. So, how does it create these connections all by itself? It's actually a pretty smart trick based on pattern matching. See, the system knows the difference between a character's full, proper name, like Marcus Chen, and their display name, which is that all-caps version you always see in screenplays, right? Marcus. So a role just scans the script, and anytime it sees Marcus in a shot description, bam! It automatically creates that binding to the full Marcus Chen profile. It's so simple, but it's incredibly effective.
Okay, now you might be thinking this sounds like some mysterious black box that just spits out a movie on its own. But it's really not like that at all. In fact, maybe the most powerful thing about it is that it's designed for you, the creator, to be in the driver's seat. It's not an autonomon, it's a toolkit. You're still the director.
And this quote from the documentation, it says it all. Basically what happens when you click a button, like say, Generate Image, is all controlled by these simple text files. What that means for you is that you can totally customize the AI's creative choices without needing to write a single line of code. You don't have to be a programmer to be the director here.
Just take a look at this table. It shows you exactly how you can direct the image generation. For example, you can change the strategy field to make sure only the characters actually mentioned in the shot show up in the art. Or you could just edit the prompt.sections and say, hey, change the style to anime, just like that. You can even switch the AI model it uses to a pro version for better quality. See? You are literally in the director's chair.
And this thing is evolving incredibly fast. I mean, just look at this timeline. In the span of a few days, the team went from just a basic framework to having core features working, fixing big bugs, and even adding brand new tools like audio generation for dialogue. That just goes to show you how flexible the whole system is designed to be. So, what's the big takeaway here? The most crucial point is this. A system like this is not about replacing a screenwriter or a director, not at all. It's a tool for creative augmentation. It's designed to handle all the grunt work, the tedious parts of world building and formatting, so that human creators can focus on what really matters, the heart of the story, the emotional journey, the overall vision.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about, doesn't it? When our creative tools get this smart, this powerful, and this easy to use, what happens to storytelling itself? What new kinds of stories? Stories that were maybe unimaginable or just way too complex to produce before. What new stories will we finally be able to tell?